Stopping or standing on pedestrian bridges along the Las Vegas Strip is now banned. The Clark County Commission unanimously approved a new ordinance that creates pedestrian flow zones. Any person who stops in these areas, which includes the bridges and up to 20 feet surrounding the connected stairs and escalators, could be charged with a misdemeanor and a $1,000 fine. The measure is meant to increase public safety. Metro Police says it plans to enforce the ordinance with new signage and voluntary compliance. The ACLU of Southern Nevada says the ordinance is unconstitutional and will be filing a legal challenge soon.